All right, folks, here we go. Apologize for the state of my build table currently. Obviously got a lot going on. I got Marine Raiders over here that need to be based. And then I put together my reload dual diorama from starter set. There went the Firefly. I guess we know who reloaded first. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the starter army. So you get a two for one this week. Today, I'm going to be putting out videos the next couple of days. So we're going to start with the United States starter army, and then we're going to look at the Axis starter army. So let's get right to it. Ta-da! And of course, there's a lot of duplicates in here compared to the starter set. So we'll take a little closer look at some of the sprues. And yeah, that's a number of things you get in here makes up all the contents that you get in the starter set. So, all right out of the gate, we've got the starter box exclusive Firefly Platoon Commander. I don't think I've even taken this out of the clamshell yet, but we can definitely do that. Packed by good buddy Stu. Thanks, Stu. Got a lot of packing slips with this stuff. So, this one didn't come with a base, but that's okay. Not a problem. I got bases, y'all. I got bases. So we've got our torso here. Get you into focus a little bit better, maybe. So there's our torso. Of course, it is cast in resin. He is got a, I think that's a shotgun slung on his shoulder. He is jumping off a little rock there, neato. We got the head with the goggles on it. I'm still debating how I'm gonna swap out heads and stuff. And of course we got the sprue, the head came off of there, but we've got our Firefly jump pack there, as well as our Tesla Thompson. Pretty sweet. So yeah. Okay, so then let's we're not necessarily going to go in order of importance, but we're going to look at a few things first. So bases, got to have the bases. This again packed by Alexandra. Thank you. So we've got 2 sprues of Fireflies. So 6 on the sprue. So you get a total of 12 in the box. Some of this, yeah, that's right side up. But you've got a selection of different leg sets. So you've got 6 different leg options, and then you have 3 full torso options, so 3 extra torsos. You got their jump packs, arms, various head options with the masks on. You got a couple with like the flight helmets. Those are cool. You got some bear heads, and then just with regular helmets. We've got Tesla Thompsons. We've got BAR, some of the ATRDs, the little rocket launchers. Got their jump packs, or repulsor lifts. Got another BAR, another Thompson. Got the flamethrower, another Thompson. I mean, could you actually outfit these guys? You got a couple of options for hands. So we got one with an M1911. Got a flare gun. Got one with a knife. Got a pointy finger. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you could do a full 6 with the Thompsons, but then you've got the options for the rocket launcher, 2 BARs, as well as the flamethrower. So that's pretty neat. I'm going to try and get some of these guys assembled tonight, just for funsies. I'm going to commit like my biggest cardinal sin, and like I'm not going to have time to paint all this stuff up before I want to get games in, so I'm going to play with unpainted minis. Sue me. Please don't sue me. I need to buy more Konflikt 47. Okay, so next up, we've got the frames for our Tesla Stuart. And I have built a plastic Warlord Stuart before. I don't know if I've shown it off before. It's a cool model. So to start, I might just paint the turret and throw it on the body that I've already got painted. But, you know, I've got another one, so I might as well get it built. I mean, it was a fun kit to build. Went together really well. I mean, you use most of the main hull. You don't use the turret pieces, obviously. It was a fun kit, honestly. It still just kind of amazes me the size and just how small 28mm historic tanks are, which is kind of neat. So anyway, so those are the sprues for our Tesla Stuart. Got to remember not to call it a Tesla Thompson or Tesla Sherman. And then cast in resin, we have our M5 Stuart upgrade kit. packed by Vass, as you can see there. Thanks, Vass. And that comes in a couple of different things. So we've got the turret itself, which is definitely, I'm not going to say an upgrade, but it is different than the original Tesla Stuart. So you've got sort of the compensators on there. You've got additional, looks like generators, an ammo box or a hatch on the side there. And then on the sprue, still, we've got like an infrared light, some cabling, and a few other little greeblies. So, yeah. And it does come with instructions for that. Naturally. I just want to put all this stuff away so I don't lose anything down the road. Of course, then we have all of our order dice and our rift dice. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rift dice packed by Alexandra. Again, I'm telling you that's there. So thank you. I actually have the green and black mainly, but I think I've got just as many of the green and white now, so I might switch over to those. And then, of course, I haven't actually looked at these up close. We've got 2 of the linebackers. So all told, I've got 3 linebackers I'm going to have to figure out what to do with. And I do need to be careful. So these do include a clear canopy. I've left it in there. And it is separate from the actual framing. Because you can see this piece right here. So the clear piece would slot inside there, so it makes painting it a lot easier. So we've got a lot of the main body components here, our main hull. I haven't really looked at how this goes together yet, but we'll get there. I'm kind of intimidated by this. I just don't know what to do with it, you know, and all the weapon options and everything. So it is a total of 3 sprues. There's our M21 Tesla. So we've got our super bazookas. I think we got our HMGs here, and then our light auto cannons there. And then there is, okay, so that looks like the nose flamethrower, and then the nose machine guns. I can't remember if they're HMGs or MMGs. But yeah, I'm guessing that the magnetization options will be quite prevalent. Looks like you got more just basic build components of that bad boy. So again, there is a second one in there. So you get 2. So what do? You get 12 Fireflies, a Firefly platoon commander, the Tesla Stuart, and 2 linebackers. So you get an awful lot in here. As well as you get the decal set. So there are 2 sheets in here. Mine were packed by Shane. Thank you, Shane. So you get the 2 decal sheets. So we've got the infantry decal sheets, and then we've got the vehicle decal sheets. So that's cool to have. Put those back away. And then we've got just a few other things here in the box. So we do have 2 80mm MDF bases. I'm going to use plastic ones for magnetization purposes. And then we, of course, have our instruction booklet. So we've got our M5 Stuart X. We've got our Firefly Squad. And then, of course, our M2A5 linebacker jump walker. So, yeah, that's awesome. So, yes, that is all the goodies that come in our U.S. starter army. So let me put all this stuff back, so I can keep track of everything. I gotta work on commission stuff too. I gotta try and finish a Land Raider for a client this weekend so I can really start getting into this stuff. I mean, I'm honestly just, I mean, the amount of stuff in here, I'm overwhelmed, to be completely honest. But that's good. That's good. I'm gonna leave this guy out because I'm gonna probably build him up tonight. At least that one, maybe some of the plastics, but I do want to build a different model tonight, really. Don't really know why, just because it's cool. So now the Axis starter army. So the contents of this, you get 3 additional Stahltruppen. You get the Stahltruppen platoon commander. You get the 5 Noctilbin, which are resin models. Then of course you get the Vogelspinner, which is what I want to build that tonight. And then you get the new Panzer IV-X Walker, which is really cool. I'm excited for that. So let's go ahead, pop this bad boy open. Okay, so since it's right here on top, we've got the Stahltruppen sprue, which I do have that upside down. So you get, looks like 5 sets of legs, but you have enough for 3 torsos. So again, lots of options. You've got a number of different head options, some bare-headed ones. I've seen a lot of really cool conversions. I think Phil, who's been playing games with Max at Barefoot Miniatures, used some Winter German sprues heads. Looked pretty cool. I'm kind of tempted to do something like that too. I think that'd be really neat. So you've got some daggers, a few other accessories. You've got the Panzerfausts. Then you've got your light anti-tank gun and the gun shield ammo. You got a guy holding around for a Panzerfaust. All the different arms, one holding a knife. Okay. So it is supposed to be twisted because on the diorama, he's got a bayonet-like thing on his LMG, and it looked twisted, but I wasn't sure if that was correct or not. So then you've got the options here. You've got your 3 LMGs, and then your 3 Sturmgewehr 44Zs. Looks like you got an extra one there. Like some chest plates or something there, ammo. So yeah, I've seen some really cool paint jobs and really cool weathering jobs on these guys. So yeah, pretty cool. So I think next we'll take a look at the Noctilben, who are all resin. I don't think I've taken these guys out of the clamshell yet. So we'll do that now and take a brief look at these guys. So you do get 5 of them. This also includes the starter set exclusive Stahltruppen platoon leader. So there, and all his pieces are in there as well. I think he's even got a cape, maybe. But here's his head. Looks like he's got, yep, that twisted crazy, like tri-point knife, cruciform. And then he's got a STG 44Z. And then you've got your 5 Noctilben, which are all resin. A couple of them come in separate parts. I think this might be the only one that is actually a single piece. So those are pretty well done. Be a good, interesting opportunity to paint some unusual skin tones on these guys. So I think they're really well done. The detail is really cool. So we'll see how they look primed up. And of course, in kind of like that flexible Warlord resin, which I think is like thermoplastic or something. I can't remember exactly. Packed by Shane. Thanks, Shane. I've worked in a shipping department before, so I know the stresses of that job. So, you know, always give these folks a shout out. Okay, so then we've got, again, our dice. So we've got our order dice, and we've got our rift dice. And then, I keep hitting my microphone receiver. Okay, so then we've got the plastics for our Panzer IV. I'm not going to break this one out. This isn't even the fun part of it. But now we do have the Vogelspinner. So we're going to get that out and take a look. From what I've seen, it is pretty easy to do all the different variants of this. So you've got 3 different hull variants, 4 different weapon variants. Dang it. It's kind of awkward trying to film it standing up. But only one, I think, has room for the commander sticking up. So you've got mostly legs and stuff on here. Looks like a couple of the different... you can put a different variant of sort of an energy pack or power pack, fuel tank on the back, depending on how you arm it. I'm probably just going to pick one. But all of the turrets can pretty much be swapped out. The only exception that you'd need to do some magnetization on would be if you choose to go with the Maschinengewehr or the flamethrower, because those use the same turret. But like the open turret with the light anti-tank gun and the autocannon is a different turret than the Maschinengewehr or flamethrower one, which is a different turret than the twin light autocannon turret. So yeah, that's cool. I'm really excited for that. So this, oh yeah, this is a 2-piece. So next up we have the resin conversion pieces for our Panzer IV X Walker tank. So I'm just going to kind of, there's a fair amount of pieces for this. believe this was packed by Larissa. So thank you so much. All right, so we've got all the legs for it, big chunky legs, and then the, like, connecting points for it that go on the hull. You got your Maschinenschwer. Actually, no. I think this is the new Schwerfeld projector. The Maschinenschwer is on the Vogelspinner. And then like a spotlight, I think, to go with it. So that's what you've got in that one. And then I'm going to put all that away because I don't trust myself. I don't want to lose anything to my cool new toys. It's been a long couple of days at work, just full of meetings, which is abnormal, but it's over, so I kind of need some stress reduction here, so painting and building is the order of the day. Okay, so then we've got the additional pieces for the Panzer IV-X, which aren't very many. I think there's just 2, so packed by Key 2, thank you. Okay, so we've got the new turret, which does have an option to put a commander out the hatch, so I think that is necessary to do. And then you can, looks like, put like the spotlight on the cupola. And then this is sort of the bottom plate that goes on underneath the plastic hull of the tank. So, yeah. And then we'll take a slightly closer look at some of the stuff in the instructions for these models, just because it's kind of exciting. So, we got bases in there. We got the decal sheets. So let's look at the decal sheets real quick. Love decals, but I don't know how many I'm going to use. So here is our Axis infantry decal sheet. It looks like it retains some of the actual, I think, SS rank insignia. And then we've got the vehicle decal sheet. So some good stuff on there. Honestly, I'm probably just going to use some standard German World War II era decals. It's what I've got on my vehicle so far, so I'm probably just going to stick with that. Maybe throw in a few other, some of the new decals just for a little bit of extra flavor. Okay, so we'll look at instructions. We've got one for the Nachtelbin, and that shows you, so we've got 5 figures. One of them, one of the ones we looked at is a single piece, but then you've got a few other pieces for some of the other models. Then we have, so then there's our Vogelspinner. There is our Stahltruppen. And then the Panzer IV-X Walker tank. I'm going to take a little bit closer look at this one. So it's showing you one of the sprues there. Everything in red you're not going to use. Which means I don't have to paint treads. Hate painting tank treads. And then all of that stuff is not going to be used, so you're not going to use the Scherzen or any of the actual normal turret. So you can see there's all your resin pieces and how those go together. So you're going to basically assemble the main hull kind of as normal until you get to the tracks. And that's when you start putting on some detail pieces. And that's where you get to your walker pieces. And, oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's going to be fun. So, all right, well, there we go. That is the Axis Starter Army and the United States Starter Army for Konflikt 47. So hope you folks enjoyed that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And as always, thank you so much. And until next time, may your paints be thin, your brushes be pointy, and your dice be hot.